We now have a great head coach, and soon we're going to announce the hiring of a great general manager. Today there's new hope for the Seahawks and an opportunity again to dream about championships. I am very, very proud to introduce Pete Carroll as the Seahawks Executive Vice President and new head coach. Today, 4 becomes 1, with the announcement of John Schneider as our new general manager.
With the 6th pick in the 2010 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Russell Okung, offensive tackle, Oklahoma State. With the 14th pick in the 2010 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Earl Thomas, defensive back, Texas.
We made a little deal today with Buffalo to get Marshawn Lynch to come.
Oh, look at this run! What a run! Marshawn Lynch still on his feet. Has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown. Nobody thinks this is going to happen, except for the guys in this room, and that's all that matters. We all we got. We all we need. 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 We all we got. We all we need.
I feel it very strongly that we have made a lot of progress. We've come together as a team. We've kind of joined forces and finished in a manner that gave us something that we were proud of. Being a division champion is important to our program. Our playoff opportunities, we took advantage of one, we didn't take advantage of the other one. But we're very positive and looking forward to what's coming up.
Regardless of what happens in the offseason, one area with lots of youthful promise is the defensive backfield. Between Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, and Walter Thurman, there's a lot of young talent back there.
Earl will make a tremendous amount of improvement. He had an exciting first year, but he left a lot out there that he can improve on that undoubtedly is going to come together, and he's going to be a fantastic player for us. I think Cam Chancellor's really, really a big-time prospect for us. He did marvelous stuff for us in the kicking game. He's huge, he's fast, he's tough, and he gets it, and so hopefully we'll bring him along to help us. And Walter, played games, started in games, made some things happen, and there's no question that he can compete for playing time. So we've got a very positive outlook on that position group as the experience allows these guys to become more competitive.
One guy who did not reach his full potential but will is receiver Golden Tate.
So I think he's got a huge upside. I think he's a fantastically natural football player. He's got competitiveness about him. He's got playmaking in him, and I wish it would have come more to the front this year. That's a big project for us. We need to bring him out. I know what kind of football player he is. I don't think we were able to get it expressed in this season consistently enough, where we all know that now, but I think that's just a matter of time.
And where does that leave the quarterback spot, and Matt Hasselbeck in particular? Discussions have already started between Coach Carroll, GM John Schneider, and Hasselbeck about Matt returning.
The quarterback position is the most critical position on the football team. Matt finished beautifully with us. He did everything we asked of him, and so we've already talked, we've already met. John and I sat down with Matt already, and we're going to move forward. And we have to see what it all means, but we're on it.
Will he be back? Won't he be back? Apparently, an offer for a contract was extended to Matt before the lockout. There was no deal. There was a report that he's definitely interested in going back. Who knows? He can't be open for business. Now, we don't know if Hasselbeck's going to return. I think he wants to. He's been there for a long time. He's got roots there. His family lives there, clearly, right?
That's his town.
So what do they need to do in Seattle?
The quarterback is being in a position of uncertainty right now. Do you guys view it as something that needs to be addressed?
Well, yeah, it was from the very beginning of the offseason, and it continues to be. Sure, it's a crucial spot. So, but we're on it, and we're just going to have to work with the timeframes that we're allowed.
What do you need to do now going forward from a priority perspective?
Well, we have a lot of picks coming up. We're really excited about this third day in the draft. We got 2 and 10 coming up right off the bat, which will be really cool for us. We want to get faster. We want to find guys that are going to make this roster more competitive. We think we have worked really hard on this lower end of the board to do just what we're staged to do here, to have a bunch of picks here and make a lot of noise with it. There's a number of spots we'd like to hit on. It'll be kind of varied as you'll see it happen, but we're very excited about our chances right now.
Well, the 76th NFL draft is in the books. The Seahawks made 7 picks today in the final 4 rounds, and 6 of those 7 picks were defensive players. Linebacker K.J. Wright was at his graduation at Mississippi State when he got the call from John Schneider.
KJ is a very intriguing player. He's a tall, long, rangy, athletic guy. Very smart in coverage, really good instincts, and you know, our coaches actually liked some of the flashes they saw as a pass rusher too. They think there's some things there that they can work with him. You're talking about a guy that's a team captain, smart, you know, has played big time football, was a standout special teams player his freshman year right away, just stepped on the field and played. And so I think this is a very intriguing pick for us because this is a very smart individual, and so we're excited about his versatility to play, you know, either the Sam position or to play maybe even some Leo for us. So it's a really intriguing pick.
With the 154th selection in the 2011 NFL Draft, Seattle Seahawks have selected Richard Sherman.
Despite what he faced in Compton, Sherman's life was stable. 2 parents with steady jobs. His mother works with disabled children. His father is a garbage man. But before that, a gang member. That past shaped his son's future. Richard's path cut through Dominguez High School, where he was a state champion in both track and football. He was a standout at wide receiver and cornerback. Plus, there was something else he learned from his father. Did you talk on the field like Richard talks on the field?
Yeah. I made a lot of noise all the time.
He didn't just talk, he listened. That's something reflected by a 4.2 GPA at graduation. He was second in his class and pissed off. In 2006, Sherman was recruited by Pete Carroll and local favorite USC, but he accepted a scholarship to Stanford, where his GPA was 3.8. At wide receiver, he led the team in catches for 2 years.
Sherman, touchdown!
After a knee injury, he returned, but as a cornerback.
Intercepted by Sherman, and Sherman's going to take this to the house.
But in the 2011 NFL Draft, all 32 teams skipped over him again and again. Then came the 5th round, and Pete Carroll had another shot.
You're kind of, you know, second guessing yourself, wondering, like, am I ever going to get picked? Answered the phone, had some joy, had some smiles, but was really, really disappointed and angry that it took this long. And I told Schneider and Pete that this is the best decision you've made, and I'll make you look very intelligent for it.
Huge momentum for the Seattle Seahawks at the end of the season, right? And then, what's your next opportunity to build on that momentum, Seattle? The draft. This is your opportunity to build on it. And I'm here to say you absolutely whiffed. You know as well as I know this can be very hard to re-sign Matthew Hasselbeck. And you, in my opinion, one humble opinion, absolutely whiffed on today's draft, especially when you know Hasselbeck's going to be hard, almost impossible to re-sign, and you don't get Andy Dalton. I am blown away, and it hurts because I truly, truly love that organization. Some of my finest memories are in Seattle, and this hurts to watch.
They had holes at 4 spots. They needed more than just 2. They got 2 guys that I think can help them. I think there were some reaches, no question, maybe some missed opportunities, no doubt about that. I agree. Trent, I think it was a draft that's not going to help this team stay where they are, which is a playoff variety, and who ended up beating the New Orleans Saints, the defending Super Bowl champion, in that playoff game, and prevented St. Louis in that play-in game from getting in with Sam Bradford.
It's a strong statement by Trent. I understand exactly what he's saying. I think they got some good players, Seattle did, but every single one of these picks, I do believe they could have gotten a better player at each one of those spots.
Yep.
So you basically are agreeing with him, just saying it a little more subtly.
We picked guys that we really liked, and we were fortunate that it happened for us. To come back today and to get all of the athletic things that we wanted to get done and upgrade our speed, upgrade the kind of athleticism that we bring to our team and the style of athletes that we brought. Richard Sherman is 6'2.5", This is a big, tall, long, athletic kid. I've known this kid since he was in high school and know what his background is and know his smarts and his attitude and all of that. And he's a wonderful kid that can play for us, and I'm real excited about that one. It's interesting that we were able to get two big corners along with Richard. Byron is a big stud corner that makes hits and tackles and plays very well at the line of scrimmage. Both of these two guys for us are press corners, and so we think that that's really going to help us and add to the competitiveness of it. And so it goes on and on. And Malcolm is a kid that I tell you that this is one of the best athletes at his position in the draft. Malcolm had a very up and down career. He was banged up. He was sick a couple years ago, missed a bunch of games. But when he finally got right, and you saw him play against UCLA and Notre Dame in the biggest games of his college career, he played lights out. And again, I've known Malcolm, of course, since he was a young kid coming up, through Stevie and the family and all of that. And I trust that our information on this is right on the mark about what he can become. So we're real excited about this bunch of guys, and we think we have found guys that fit what we're looking for. And we really don't care what anybody else thinks or what anybody else's opinion of them. We know what we thought about them, and so it worked out very well.
What a season for the Tennessee Titans, but of course a new era is underway. Matt Hasselbeck agreeing to terms with the Tennessee Titans. It's a multi-year deal, so he's being brought in. Of course, they have Jake Locker in-house, and to talk about what all this means for the Tennessee Titans, we fire up our phone lines, and let's begin with the big storyline. Mike, Matt Hasselbeck signing with the Tennessee Titans, or agreeing to terms with the Titans. Your thoughts?
I think the Titans got their man. That's who they targeted. I think they're very excited to get this done. This was the biggest need they have in free agency. This, I think, provides a settling effect because this is a guy who's won, and there are certain players in the NFL that are just pros. And from wherever you stand, you admire those guys. You say, that's a guy who does it the right way. Throughout his career, Matt Hasselbeck has always been known as a guy who did it the right way. I was a Matt Hasselbeck fan from afar for that reason, and I think this locker room, somewhat in transition, needs that kind of guy.
When Matt Hasselbeck turned down a 2-year contract from the Seattle Seahawks before the lockout, Seattle knew they needed to find a replacement at quarterback. When they hired Darrell Bevell, offensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings, to become their new offensive coordinator, they looked no further than Tavares Jackson to be the leader of the offense as they agreed to terms with him today. Jackson gives them the opportunity to compete right away because he knows Bevell's offense, he understands what Bevell's looking for, and he gets the opportunity to play and show everybody in Minnesota that he is truly a legitimate starter.
Matt Hasselbeck, the winningest quarterback in their franchise's history. But I think, Warren, we all know what he meant to this franchise, to this community, but at the same time, because of this accelerated, unique, crazy offseason, they really had to go in a different direction.
Yeah, Matt had a very good run here in Seattle. 10 years in one place, that's kind of unheard of sometimes in the National Football League. He was a great player on the field, taking this team to their only Super Bowl. Also, he was a great ambassador for not only this city and this organization, but also for the league. So Matt Hasselbeck is going to end up in good hands. He's in Tennessee right now. He'll get a chance to keep playing football, but like you said, with the changes that were made in the organization, the short amount of time to work with Darrell Bevell coming over as the offensive coordinator, it was just time to move on and turn that page.
Welcome to the Pacific Northwest, Tavares Jackson. Great to see you. I know you're happy to be here.
Oh yeah, it's a great opportunity to be here. So far it's been, a wonderful city, just looking around, it's beautiful, whatever, and just excited, this is my second day here so far, and just love it so far.
Welcome back to Seahawks.com. Tony Ventrella with our player profile, and today it's Doug Baldwin, and I want to talk to you, Doug, for a lot of reasons. First of all, home is Pensacola.
Luck, play fake, will throw, steps up, going deep, looking for Baldwin, double coverage, you got it! Oh, into the double coverage, wow!
How did Stanford happen? Here you are all the way on the East Coast, a lot of possibilities out there. Why that choice?
One of the guys who worked at Stanford, his dad actually works at a newspaper in Pensacola, and he'd watch the games and told them to come and check me out. And they were the only D1 school that actually recruited me, so really? It was, I guess it was destiny.
Four-man rush, Luck with time over the middle, touchdown!
Taylor is back in there behind Luck. Luck rolling left and throwing left, has the complete pass to the goal line. Baldwin, touchdown.
A little play action, and Luck's going again down the middle deep. Wide open, penalty flag is thrown, but it is a touchdown. Doug Baldwin with his 8th touchdown reception of the year.
Listen, Pensacola, Florida to Seattle, Washington, you're a long way from home, but let's hope this is your home for a long time.
I hope so.
Welcome back to Seahawks.com. This is Seahawks Insider. I'm Tony Ventrella with Brandon Browner this week. Go to Oregon State, spend 2 years, one of the top players in that program. Then the draft comes. That whole process is going on. What are you thinking as that goes on and it looks like you're not going to get picked, basically?
It was very disappointing for me. You know, every kid it's their dream to hear their name called, you know, during the draft process. It was very disappointing for me, but you know, I'm here now, happy to be here in Seattle.
And then you go to Canada. Tell me about that 4 years, because you actually enjoyed that, right, with Calgary?
28 yards and a first down out of a double tight end formation. Aries Curry, and Brandon Browner has the interception. One hand puts the knee down. Browner with his 3rd interception.
These guys call you and they sign you. You're thinking at that point, okay, I finally climbed that ladder. Is that what you're thinking? I mean,
you know, I didn't get too high on the situation, but I had interaction with Pete here. I felt it, you know, and I told him, you know, if you don't give me a shot, please, you know, give me an opportunity. I think I can do something with this team.
Breaking news now, this thing just keeps turning. Sidney Rice on his way to Seattle. So Rice is going to leave Minnesota. He's going to join a former teammate to Tavares Jackson. It's a 5-year deal that he agrees with. This according to Jay Glazer. So Sidney Rice is leaving Minnesota. He had a career 4 years, 146 catches. We figured it was either going to be Seattle or stay with Minnesota. But now Sidney Rice has set the market for wide receiver.
Former Vikings receiver Sidney Rice now getting used to his new team. Are you getting settled there in Seattle? How are you adapting to life in the Pacific Northwest?
Yes, everything's great. Came out last Friday, fit right in with the team. Everybody welcomed me, and I'm glad to be here. It was a couple of teams in the mix. It came down to Seattle and Minnesota, and this is where I wound up at. I know the playbook. I'm comfortable with Darrell Bevel's offense and Tavares Jackson as well.
Pete Carroll has said that the Seahawks can be better than they were last season. Quickly, he says they can be. Are you seeing things that can back up that statement so far?
Yes, ma'am, I am. It's a lot of great players that they brought in, including myself, Tavares, Robert Gallery, and Alan Branch. It's a lot of guys, and I feel like this team winning the NFC West last year was big, but we're looking to do more than that this year.
Yep, doing good. Ready to roll. How you feel, Brad?
I feel great, Coach.
Ready to jump out of your skin?
That's right now.
Huh?
I'm popping out right now.
Popping out?
All that's left is bone.
Love it. Love it.
We'll have to play careful.
Time to win. Time to win. Here we go.
Let's go. Now it's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And the USC defense just getting completely stepped on by this Cardinal offense. They have taken all the football out of the USC defense and are having their way in the Coliseum. This is unprecedented in the Pete Carroll era.
They'll go for 2 here. Give it to Taylor, and I don't know. Pete Carroll might remember that 2-point conversion try.
I think so too.
I don't think there's going to be any love lost between Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh after this game.
Well, certainly Pete Carroll was not happy with the 2-point conversion attempt. And he was giving Harbaugh a steely gaze across the sideline.
Look at them all running in. Look at them all running in.
Now, Jim Harbaugh will come to the center of the field to meet Pete Carroll, who is not a happy camper. No question about it.
They don't seem very happy with each other.
It'd be interesting. They said nice game. Well, I'm sure it was said behind clenched teeth.
First and goal from the 1. 17 seconds in the half. Smith boots to his right. Alex to run it. Alex Smith spins in. Touchdown 49ers. was right, and Smith tucked the ball, took a hit, spun, and got in the end zone.
First down on the 45, and the slant pass is caught by Doug Baldwin, and Baldwin in a race to the goal line. Doug Baldwin goes in for the touchdown.
Boris Jackson making the most of his second opportunity in Seattle thus far today.
Ted Ginn returning the kickoff from Stephen Hauschka. Ginn getting some running room. Hauschka may be the last chance. Ted Ginn down the sideline. Ted Ginn. Touchdown!
No flags. Oh my goodness, 103 yards. And just when the Seahawks said, we got you back in our sights, the special teams let them off the hook with a huge return by the speedster Ted Ginn Jr. And just like that, the Niners back out in front, 25-17. Oh, my goodness.
And what's marking this game, of course, is the head coaching battle between Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll as Ginn bobbles the punt, has control, and there he goes again.
We're going to win. Yeah, we're going to win this one. We're going to win this one.
This is a very disappointing first game for us in that the way that we played this football game, we gave them so many opportunities here to get us, and they did a good job taking care of their opportunities and did it. It's a game that it could have been much different, and our guys will hang tough on this. This is an important message that this is the first game, and we made enough mistakes to give a football game away, and we did. We have a lot to work on. We got a long ways to go, and we're going to bounce right back and see if we can get this going this week.
Second and goal. It is Mendenhall who spins in for the touchdown.
His legs, he's still going to be able to get that ball off. You got to go and tackle him up top, around the arms.
Hard man to bring down. Here's Isaac Redman. Nice cut. He's in. Lucky. On second and goal, Roethlisberger to the end zone. Wallace. Touchdown.
This is a process we're in, and it's a hard lesson that we have to learn to come out here and go at these guys and really not accomplish anything on offense and get knocked around some. And we need to get this season started, and it doesn't feel like it started yet for us. So it's going to come, it's going to happen, and we know it's going to happen. We just have to wait it out, and we're just going to try to force it as much as we can. And we got to go right back to work, go home, and get something done here with the Cardinals coming in. It's a really important week for us to make some progress.
Kevin Cobb from the pocket. And out of the pocket for Fitzgerald in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tavares. Jackson with time. He's going to keep. He's going to get a Seattle touchdown.
1:18 and counting on the clock. Seattle leads by 3. Out of the shotgun is Cobb. 3 receivers near side. Cobb looks left, has time, throws the middle. It's intercepted by the Seahawks. Cam Chancellor. He brings it back out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Seahawks have 1 minute and 4 seconds to wind this clock down, and they will get their first win of the season.
Atlanta must push this one in on second and goal. Ryan throws it up, top cut right on the hands. Beautiful grab by the future Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez. 24th play here in the first half by Atlanta. Switching direction, wide open, watch out, and running in, uncontested, Michael Turner. There's a jump. Free play, Jackson lets it fly, he's got a man open, Rice! Touchdown, Seattle! And the Seahawks are right back on the ground. Marshawn Lynch walks in, dives in, touchdown.
We got a football game, Craig, and Seattle's very much in this game and has a lot of momentum.
This will be 61-yard attempt with 13 seconds to play.
This guy's got a strong leg.
61-yard attempt. Good snap, kicks away, line drive. Short.
Tough, hard-fought comeback. Tough order to ask a kid to come in for a 61-yard field goal, but this team, Pete Carroll's team, fought hard against a very good football team in the Atlanta Falcons.
I had to tell these guys in the locker room that that we found something today
that was powerful. The willingness to hang in there when it's 27-7, coming up after a very dismal first half, and to hang so tough and execute so well against such a good football team. The execution that was demonstrated when it was as tough as it could get was excellent. And I like last week was terrific to get the win. We gained more today, and I think we grew more today.
I see it almost an expansion team. I really do. Seattle has not demonstrated any significant player on either side of the football that can make a play or stop somebody from making a play. Their offensive line is really suspect. Their defensive line doesn't have a dominating player in it. And when you look at this team, where are you going with Tavares Jackson at quarterback? You don't have great receivers. You don't have a quarterback. I think they've taken a step back from their 7-9 year last year, which won the NFC West, but it's not going to be good enough to win it this year.
A lot of work needed in Seattle.
We talked about it last night, baby. We're going to be accountable for one another. Hey, we in this bitch solo, baby. Everybody that's suited up, let's get ready for war. We know what it is. We got to get this win. We ain't leaving this field without getting it. Let's go, baby. Seahawks on 3. Seahawks on 3. 1, 2, 3. Seahawks.
Giants send the blitz. They get it away to Obamanu, and he will ride into the end zone, a touchdown. So for the first time in 5 games this year, Seattle has scored a touchdown in the opening quarter.
Manning goes out of the shotgun. Has some time. Blitz is coming. Throws downfield. Got a man out there. It's intercepted. It's picked off by Earl Thomas. He's at the 40. Gets up. Hit. Knocked off his feet in midfield. And the Giants give it right back to the Seahawks on the interception. 3:32 to play in the second quarter. And the Seahawks lead the Giants 14-7. 1st and 10 at the 5. Oh, he's into the end zone. It's where? It's a safety. Where is it, Ed Hockley? Do we get a safety? We do. Oh, my word.
Wow. I mean, he just shot back there into the backfield. Yeah, I think DJ Ware doesn't think he was ever touched, and he wasn't. Looking for Cruz. And it's caught after being tipped, and Cruz to the end zone.
3 wide receivers. Whitehurst now stops to call the play at the line. Baldwin slots inside of Ben Obamanu on the far side. Man, oh man, Umenyiora was offsides. A throw to the end zone, wide open. Touchdown on the free play is Doug Baldwin. 27 yards, and the Seahawks go on top of the Giants.
Good snap by Cordell. What a catch, and guess who?
First down and goal from the 10. Manning again out of the shotgun. Tight trips to the near side. Manning takes the snap. He's looking left. Throws the ball. Cruz, one-handed, it's picked off. Seahawks going the other way. It's Browner. He's across the 30. Midfield, 40, 30, 20. Bradshaw chasing, not going to get him. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ball tipped. Browner with the pick. He goes 100 yards, or almost. The tip by Cruz, and that's one he couldn't bring in. The Seahawks stretch their lead, and baby, they might win this game yet.
Man, how long was your interception return, dog? You know it. Don't act like you don't know it. You knew the exact number.
94.
94 yards.
Franchise record. Can you thank me though?
How's life going for you, man? This far up to the
Man, I'm enjoying every minute of it. You know, I'm back where I want to be. You know, it's been a long road. You know, now I'm back where I want to be. I cannot complain. You know.
What about all the doubters, man? You know, we've all had doubters through life, man. People said you weren't gonna be on this level. You know what I mean? You here, you making plays.
That motivate me though. You know, Mike Robb. You know, without them, you know, it wouldn't be no me. You know.
What's up, Cam? You going to VA?
I'm gonna be up here, man. I ain't going nowhere. I gotta be up here treatment, man.
Treatment?
Yeah, I got a boring life right now. I can't be like the rest of you guys and have fun, man.
How's football been thus far up to this point of the season?
Hey, football going good, man. You know, defense coming along every game, offense stepping up. You know, we're trying to click on all cylinders of the game right now.
Say what's up.
Got the W. Mike Robb ain't never interviewed me, so you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take this as an interview. We work hard out there.
Say who you are.
Richard Sherman. You know, a lot of people mistake me for Sidney Rice. No, I am not him. You do not see the the mustache. So this is Richard Sherman.
He's a rookie.
You know what? That's rude.
This is the time you take a shot offensively.
Here's your shot. There it is, going for little, but it's well covered, maybe intercepted. Nice job coming off the hash there. Earl Thomas and Thurman, both players shaken up. That's Walter Thurman, second-year man out of Oregon. And remember now, the Seahawks lost Marcus Trufant, their longtime vet. Richard Sherman checks in down below with Thurman. Let's see if they go after him.
Close.
Said not like a rookie. Sherman is a rookie, but he hasn't played like a fifth-round pick out of Stanford.
How'd Sherman play? Sherman did a good job. He did very well. I was really pleased with his play. I studied him very carefully. Wanted to make sure that I had a good sense for how he did in first extensive activity. He did well in man-to-man stuff. He did well in his own stuff, and he had a couple nice tackles coming up. Was challenged a little bit, so it was a good showing for him.
Does he get first crack there?
Yeah, he does. He's first up right now, and I've liked what Richard has done all along, and he's done a really good job on special teams. He's played in every game and been a part of it. So this is, he's ready to go as far as he could be for first-time kind of starter, and we'll see where he is as he gets out there. But he did very well in the game.
Another nice run.
This one breaks for Hardesty. Ooh, as he planted. A good run and a great hit by Chancellor.
Dalton up the right sideline. Intercepted! Richard Sherman was right there. A turnover by the Seahawks.
3rd and 7. Dalton takes the snap. He's going to let it fly. He's got Green now near side. Ball is tipped up and intercepted. It's picked off by Cam Chancellor. 2 interceptions by the Seahawks defense today. Andy Dalton coming in with just 5 on the season.
AJ Green just talks a lot of noise tonight.
Yeah, man. I mean, really, you guys are going back. What's he saying?
He's talking about, do I know who he is? He got paid big money for a reason, and I was like, I'm going to take your money and I'm going to eat off your plate.
2nd and 4. This is Tanner again. What a hit.
That is an explosion hit by a 6'4", 235-pound safety, Cam Chancellor, who just meets Tanner head up. Listen to this.
On 3rd down of the Cowboys. Roll ball. Des Bryant.
Ball's out. Seahawks have it. Everything is great until the end. There's that slant route inside Earl Thomas in a trail position. Now here's the hit. Bang, right there. Richard Sherman rocks him.
They're playing good defense, sound defense. Bradford's throw to Kendricks. He cannot hold on.
You want to play receiver in this league? No, thank you.
Play action again. Looking for a crosser. Now going deep, the race route as they call it. Moss, it looked as though it hit him right in the chest, but a big hit. Cam Chancellor, he's had a couple of those lately. First possession of the second half. Looking deep. It's triple covered and underthrown and picked off. Richard Sherman with his 2nd interception of the season.
TGIT. This Thursday night, the Philadelphia Eagles cross the country on a short week and face the Seattle Seahawks. Come on, Coach.
That's tough. We just saw it last Thursday where you had San Francisco traveling all the way across to an Eastern time zone. Now you got Philly coming all the way back to Seattle, playing against the 12th man. 2 4-7 teams that are just scrambling to get a win, right? Very important. And Pete Carroll will have that team ready over there.
So you're saying the Eagles won't do it?
No, I think they're going to do it. But
you think
it's going to be a hard
win?
fought win.
You didn't know there's Andy Reid, man.
Hey,
he ain't fair. Well, you can't
I know
Pete
Carroll,
I'm an Andy Reid guy, too. So
Yeah.
you can't be on the fence. Yeah, Andy Reid was one.
Seattle's already beaten the Giants and Baltimore, all right? They can play now. Every now and then they can play.
If you can't get charged up and play your best football at home, what makes me think you're going to travel across the country to the Great Northwest and play against a team that you said already beat the Giants and Baltimore?
Yeah.
And you saying Philly gonna right the ship?
And they do something pretty good that the Eagles not really good at.
Run the ball.
Run the ball.
Down your throat. So I'm gonna take Seattle in the game.
I have to agree with you because traveling across that country against a ball club that likes to run the ball, it turns into, do you want
your
something?
manhood's tested?
Exactly. That's exactly what it comes down to. And in this new NFL, when you don't get a chance to actually prepare for what's coming at you week in and week out, with the physicality of the game, it's a prime opportunity for Marshawn Lynch and Seahawks to just go through them.
Hey, we let one slip last week, baby. We let one slip. When we back out here today, baby, we ain't gonna let that bitch slip. Y'all already know what we think, baby. Nobody believe in us, baby. Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? Let's get a break, baby. Seahawks on 3. 1, 2, 3, Seahawks. Let's go, bro.
Let's see if they keep that streak going. With a pass on the first play of the ball there. Young on the scramble. Fires Ants. Picked off by Cam Chancellor. They shouldn't have thrown a pass on the first play of the game. Kill him. First and goal back at the 15. Lynch not going to get anything. Well, maybe second effort. Touch the back of it. And he's in. Touchdown. 8th straight game that he scored a touchdown. I don't know how he came out the backside of that pile. What a run.
He was trapped. He was stopped. He kept those legs driving. 8 straight games in which he scored a touchdown.
First down. Seahawks at the Eagles 40. Lynch cuts outside. He might be gone. He is. Touchdown. Ever since high school, Marshawn Lynch's mom always gave him a pack of Skittles that he eats during the game after touchdowns. Well, there you go. Skittles time. You're never too old for Skittles.
He's behind you, riding your back, and you jumping for an easy pick. You know what I'm saying? Just have third down awareness, easy money.
Jackson was in motion toward the ball. Young got blasted as he threw, and it's intercepted off the hands of Cooper, and it's Brandon Browner coming the other way. Got a convoy in front of him. All the way to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 5. Jackson lobs to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Golden Tate. They act like it's the second quarter. It's not. It's Young. Oh, it's intercepted. That might be the ball game. David Hawthorne. He's gone. And that might be all she wrote on the Eagles season. Young throws long for Cooper. And this one's intercepted by Browner again with a hurdle job at midfield. What a night for that young man. And the former Calgary Stampeder has just stampeded all over Vince Young's night.
Sports Center, top 10, hurdle.
This format really has been going for a while now. It's not just tonight. You know, we're finally in the plus category as a team. You know, we're +4 now, which is a really, I mean, that's the whole philosophy is about the football. And to see that coming to life in the middle of the year, well, let's finish with it, see what happens. 173 yards rushing this big night. Marshawn goes for 148. It's a really complete win. You can feel us. You can see us tonight. That's how we want to play, running the football like that, and all of the playback stuff that came off it was just right. It's a really terrific format for us. Really, it's 3 out of 4 weeks. We screwed it up last week. Y'all know that. We're getting it moving. Let's keep this thing moving.
Baldwin creeping in off the edge forces the Gunners to come in as they show a punt block. Baldwin came off the edge and he got the ball. Took it right off the Jones' foot. Bouncing around to Michael Robinson. Seattle touchdown.
How about this Baldwin, an undrafted rookie free agent out of Stanford. He leads this team in receiving, and now he blocks a punt.
Rams are down both starting corners. What else is new this year? Jackson with time. Got to manage Baldwin to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Seattle. And a terrific rookie, Doug Baldwin.
You see bubble screens and spread option football. Not at Stanford. You see a pro-style game. There goes Marshawn Lynch.
Your fans throwing bags of the candy on the field as Lynch scores.
I just get the feeling people get tired of squaring up to Marshawn Lynch. This is one powerful back. Compare him to whoever you want, but go get some Skittles if you're a young back and see what they do for you.
In the last 5 weeks, he's been the best running back in the NFL with 591 yards coming into this game, and he's added to it tonight.
Marshawn Lynch, touchdown Seahawks. That's 10 in a row, 10 straight games. A Seattle record that Marshawn Lynch has scored a touchdown.
They are an outstanding second half defense.
Haney under pressure, and it's intercepted. Red Bryant has a Seahawk touchdown. And KJ Wright was in the face of Caleb Haney.
Number 7, Seahawks defensive end, Red Bryant. Big man with boom. 6'4", 323, 20-yard interception in the big fella high step.
He high stepped that thing, huh?
Haney 10 out of 22 with 2 interceptions and a touchdown. On first down, and he's intercepted again. It's Brandon Browner with his 6th interception of the year. And he is going to be back in the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
That's also going to give him, Chris, the all-time leader in return yards as an interception in the history of the Seattle Seahawks. And you know what? You can almost count that dude as a rookie right there.
Brandon Browner, you talked about his size at 6'4". He has now 5 interceptions in his last 4 games.
And it's going to be a fun flight home for the Seahawks.
That's another one. Another one bites the dust. And another one. And another one. And another one bites the dust.
We got us one. I told you. I told you, baby.
Hey, he told you we was on one today. You see the scoreboard. Now we back at home next week against San Fran. You know what's going down and we owe you.
Coach, we talked about Red Bryant, the big high step and pick 6 that he had. One of the exciting highlights for the Seahawks today here at Soldier Field. Next week, they get the 49ers at CenturyLink Field. Now the Niners host the Steelers on Monday Night Football. Then, of course, they come to Seattle. They're trying to keep pace with the Saints for that first-round bye. So this is, as we've alluded to in this show, just a great matchup not only for you guys, but for Seahawks fans to get them in Seattle.
Yeah, I hope everybody can turn on. I know it's Christmas Eve and all. Let's make it really special and have a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully it'll be a memorable night.
Yeah, this 49ers team seems to do a lot of things right, Coach.
Yeah, they're a really good club. They've done a fantastic job taking care of the football and taking it away from people. That's really the story of their season. I think they might be plus 20 or something in turnover ratio. So that's the kind of style they play. We'll match it up and see how it goes.
Preparation began today for the game against the 49ers, the rematch against this 11-3 team that just beat the Steelers on Monday Night Football.
This is a really good football team in so many ways, and a terrific upsurge, from one year to the next by their program and their coaching staff and their players, and we've got a really formidable opponent in this one. I'm excited that we have these guys coming in to CenturyLink. For our last chance to play here for the season, we want to go out with a bang and do it right. It took us a long time to get right as a team and start to, demonstrate the things that we felt are so important to us: running the football, taking care of the ball. It's just our whole style has kind of transformed somewhat into, I think, the philosophy that you guys can see what we're trying to do. I think you can see it now. I know our players can, we understand it, and as we move forward, we know that we've captured something that we set out to do here. Now we just need to finish now.
They did beat us the first time, and our playoff hopes are still alive. So, I mean, it's almost like, we have to win this game, so it's almost like our playoffs have started now.
The 49ers tied for the second best record in the NFC. Bigby coming over and applying the wax on that kickoff. Pressure early and a throw. It's got to be on the money, and it is. Ricardo Lockett, 43 big ones and a first down. 49er defense ranked very high. They have not allowed a rushing touchdown this season. Quick throw, That's complete to Baldwin. Baldwin looking for the end zone. Baldwin in. First drive, first score of the day, the Seattle Seahawks. A fourth down and about 3 coming up.
See if he tries to draw him off here.
Big Isaac Saplaga in motion. The boot looking for crossers. Throws it up. Did he tippy-toe it in? Davis caught it. Yes, it's a catch. Great catch.
Tackle. Saplaga right there.
He lead blocks. This is pure power football. Gore is in. Touchdown 49ers. So Andy Lee standing at his 24. Will punt it, it's blocked. That's a free ball. Heath Farwell comes up with a huge play at the right time.
And now they're in business inside the 5-yard line of San Francisco.
So just like that, it's great field position and a chance for Seattle. Lynch looking for that first rushing touchdown against the 49ers this season, and there it is. They'd gone the entire season without giving up a rushing touchdown. The Seahawks have just taken the lead by 1 as a result of that touchdown. 2nd and 18 throw. It's tight coverage, and it's caught. Michael Crabtree came up with it. A circus catch, 42 yards at a crucial moment for the 49ers. This is 39.
He was 4 for 4 on opening day against Seattle in their first win of the year.
The man is money. No flags are down. Count it. The tie is broken. And another record falls against the San Francisco 49er defense. Lynch over 100 yards rushing, the first 100-yard rusher of the season. Now he does it out of the backfield with the throw. Lynch down to the 45-yard line. A pickup of 21. The 49ers with a 2-point lead would be secured for the 49ers. 3rd and 3 pressure. Jackson loses the football. Free ball. The scramble's on. It looked as though San Francisco recovered it, but we'll see. Yes, they are pointing San Francisco. Larry Grant knocked it out, and that will do it for the Seahawks. And the 49ers, barring a miracle, will get the win here in Seattle.
Well, in Seattle, Skittles are the domain of the beast mode runner, Marshawn Lynch. Larry Grant, after that play, says, you know something? I think I want a few Skittles.
Jim Harbaugh came in, laid down a few rules, a few ideas, put some toughness on the field, took a lot of Mike Singletary's toughness.
That's the end of the game.
And he's turned this team around. They go to 12-3.
Well, that was a heck of a football game today. They've had a fantastic season. They've been playing great football all year long, and our guys, I think, went toe-to-toe with them in a game where we really had a chance to win the football game. And we've come a long ways. We've really come a long ways. There's a really tough locker room in there, and they've given us a chance to play anybody. We can play anybody, and I don't care who it is or where it is. We can play anybody. And as young as we are a team, and we're a good team, and we're playing well right now. We could play anybody. I just wish we wouldn't have taken so long. You know, we should be in the darn hunt to still be playing, and it's unfortunate that the first half of the season didn't allow us to.
What Coach Carroll has been able to do to get the talent to where it is on offense and defense, I know this football team is heading in the right direction, and you would love to continue to be a part of what I feel like is going to be a championship team in the future.
Yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it. You know, wound up exceeding my own expectations. You know, and I got something to build on for next season. I was satisfied with the way I played. I wish we would have won more games, though.
Yeah, we are really excited as we look ahead. I've not been this charged up about a team at any time.
you can see the future coming. You can see where we're going. We just have to see the normal jumps that guys make from their rookie season to their second season and just compare it to how much better Earl played from one year to the next. And a bunch of these guys, you're going to see Cam Chancellor get better. You're going to see both those corners who have been monsters this year improve. KJ Wright's going to get much better. On the other side of the ball, Baldwin's going to be a big deal to us. We're really encouraged. We can't wait to get it going again. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a mini lockout here before we get started, but we're going to go into it with very, very high hopes.
With the 75th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select